Hi everyone and welcome to The Crows Show, brought to you by Chemist Warehouse. I'm Mark Bickley.
And I'm Alana Smith. Of course, we're now counting down to finals action with high hopes of premiership success.
As excitement builds over the next couple of weeks, players will use the break to ensure their bodies and minds are ready for their biggest test.
And there are two club legends who know better than most what's required to win in September.
Andrew McLeod and Mark Ricciuto both excelled under the pressure of finals football. They embraced the challenge and the weight of expectations.
You just don't want to get overawed. You don't want to do too much thinking about it prior. You want to keep preparing exactly the same as you have every other week, because obviously that's what works. So, but when you get out there, you just go for it.
To Ricciuto, back to Caven. Will get squeezed. No, he takes carry on.
You know all your family, your mates are watching, and you just want to play the best footy you can, because I guess you judge pretty well on how you perform in finals.
Pumps it along. Archer's in the pack. No one able to take it. Here's McLeod. McLeod gives it to Barney. And Barney puts it through.
Yeah, it's something that I just embraced and never felt felt like I belonged there and that I wanted to be there. You can get caught up in getting worked up and playing the game before it actually is played itself. So, trusting in your preparation, trusting in what you've done all year is probably the most important thing.
The ball with Ricciuto. Had a big night Monday, fourth in the Brownlow. Leans back. What's he done? I think he's kicked a goal. He's kicked the first goal for the Crows. Up back in town.
Quite often the game's decided by goal kicking, so be able to execute under pressure is a skill that usually separates the winners from the losers.
If you look over history, that all the great players put their hand up when it came to in the big games when it mattered.
And they've come back.
And to be able to play in the in two flags is, I think that's the ultimate for any footballer. But to be able to win two Norm Smiths is it's pretty special. They've got a guy that's played in some finals that's leading them in Pikey. So I think they're in a good position.
They've gone through a lot as a group. They're very tight. They're exciting. They play finals footy, and the opportunity's there for them if they're good enough to take it.
Lots of wonderful memories playing alongside those two guys. Now, all players know that dealing with media questions is an unavoidable part of being in the AFL. But coming under scrutiny from the Crows' youngest fans is another matter altogether. Earlier this season, Rory Sloane and Eddie Betts felt the heat. Now it's the captain's turn.
Where did you play when you were a kid?
G'day Ryan, good question. Where did I play when I was a kid? I used to play back in Broken Hill, where I was brought up as a kid. I played at the Broken Hill Bulldogs, and my favourite position is full forward.
Hi, I'm Zoe. Hi, I'm Michaela. And we want to know how you got your nickname.
I actually got it when I first came to Adelaide. So when I was drafted to the Adelaide Crows in 2007, a guy by the name of Rhett Biglands used to be on the list. He now calls footy for Triple M. He called me Texas Walker Ranger from the DVD video Texas Walker Ranger, so that's how I got it.
Who was your favourite player when you were a kid?
Mitchell, my favourite player when I was a little kid was Tony Modra and also James Hird.
What's your longest kick?
G'day Sam, my longest kick, I reckon I kicked one in the grand final in 2007 back in Broken Hill, about 65 metres, 70 metres. But there was a little bit of wind behind me. Don't tell anyone that though.
Hi Tex, what did you have for breakfast?
Oh, I don't know whether I should say it here because I had some naughty stuff this morning. I had a little bit of bacon, some eggs, some avocado on toast, and I may have had a little bit of tomato sauce. What did you have?
Did you learn to kick both-footed when you were young?
G'day Jed, I always practice both legs so that if I had to go and kick on my left leg I could, but I'd prefer to kick on my right. But I always know if I'm ever in trouble, I can kick on my opposite leg, so practice both feet.
Is it fun playing football?
G'day Chloe, I love playing football. It's the most enjoyable thing to do, and that's why I encourage all kids to play football because it's fun and you get to play with your mates.
Stay with us. After the break, we'll catch up with the Crows' newest coach, Rebecca Goddard, the AFL's Football Woman of the Year in 2015. And the man who's led our midfield brilliantly all year has no shortage of training friends.
Welcome back. Rory Sloane has enjoyed a standout season, drawing on his exceptional skills and supreme fitness. Away from football, his favourite place is the beach, and that's where we caught up with him and his housemates. It was also a good opportunity to quiz him about the finals.
Go for a little stroll. So I've got two of them, obviously. Our golden retriever, that's Minka, and a Nova Scotia duck-tolling retriever called Marley. Send her out to the Dolphins. Belinda needed a couple of little guard dogs, and these are the perfect guard dogs. They're vicious little terriers. You're on camera. Sharpen yourself up. Good. Minka first. Well, we actually wanted Marley, the Nova Scotia first, but it was like an adoption process. We had to fill out all these forms, and we couldn't get one for ages. But in the meantime, we got impatient, and we got Minka, the golden retriever. And then after we got her, about a month later, we got a phone call saying, or Belinda got the phone call saying, yeah, you got this dog, congratulations. If it had been me, I would have said, nah, we've already got a dog. But Belinda was like, oh yeah, cool, so we'll have that dog too. And we ended up with two dogs, and we only wanted one, but they're best little friends, and I mean, glad we got two now.
Sloane sits it up. Tex Walker!
Yeah, it's been a great year so far, and we've put ourselves in a great spot now to have a really strong finals campaign, and we've done it all year, and we'll continue to get it done through there, and just make sure we supply the forwards and don't put the backs under too much pressure. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing I couldn't be out there Friday night to help the boys out, but the finals are more important as well, so the only reason you want to play footy is to play and win finals, and make it to the grand final as well and win that, obviously, so I look forward, and I'll be super fresh playing finals.
Sloaney is obviously a very warm favourite for the club's Best and Fairest award. Well, there's little that Rebecca Goddard hasn't achieved on the football field over the past 20 years. She's played, umpired and coached, all while serving in the Australian Federal Police. Now she's come to the Crows as coach of our women's team in the inaugural national competition.
It's so exciting. It's sort of like a dream come true. 12 months ago, I would never have thought that I'd be sitting here today at Adelaide Oval as the first women's coach. My background in football has been mostly spent in Canberra. I guess I started playing footy as a little kid, just running around with lots of the little boys in Canberra, and I kept playing until I was too big to play. There wasn't a women's competition in Canberra, and then one came in, and I got to play women's footy for about 10 years. I ended up breaking my leg quite badly, and took up umpiring men's football quite seriously. And once I sort of started to, the body gave up umpiring, I ended up coaching football in the NEFL in Canberra with the Queanbeyan Tigers and the Ainslie Football Club, and finally moving over to Adelaide to coach in the SANFL with the Eagles. The first thing I want to do is talk to the players, the playing group, making contact with them, working out where we're going and where we're headed, and sorting out a schedule for a really exciting time in women's football. This is a huge pathway. This gives little girls the opportunity to dream about one day playing on an oval like Adelaide Oval, and doing exactly what their male counterparts have been able to do for years. I think the rules of football are the same in both men's and women's football, but the way you communicate with men and women might be a little bit different, but ultimately it's the same thing. As a coach, I've always been able to communicate with lots of different groups of people, and I expect that'll be the same with this group of girls coming through.
And the women's squad will be finalised in an October draft, with training to begin in November, ahead of the opening game in February. Well, we've already seen that David McKay and Andy Otten have some handy culinary skills. So, thanks to Thomas Farms, we wanted to find out how they'd go head-to-head over the hot plates.
All right, so you've seen me and Dave cook some really nice meals over the last few weeks, and now today we've decided to battle it out, see who's the better chef in the kitchen, and we're going to cook a nice meal thanks to Thomas Farms Kitchen.
Yeah, it's about time I taught you a few lessons here, Otto, so let's get going.
Mate. They don't call me Jamie Oliver for nothing. Today we got the decadent meatballs with tomato and pesto pasta, so that sounds pretty good, D-Mac. Got the mince in the mixing bowl, combine the mince, cumin and salt and pepper. All right, mixing bowl, combine the mince, salt and pepper, mix with the hands. All right, get in there, get nice and dirty.
How you going, mate? How are those meatballs turning out?
Yeah, they're not too bad. I wouldn't say they're even, but they're looking all right. Pretty happy with the meatballs. All right, bit of mozzarella each. These are going to be hidden inside our meatballs, which will taste very nice. So put the meatballs on. Yeah, so I've got the meatballs going nicely here. Dave's finally putting his in. I think he's running a bit behind at the moment. Add in now the red onion and lemon zest and all the nice juices that I've been cooking the meatballs in. It smells actually really nice, that lemon.
Looks like I've caught back up to you, Otto, and overtaken you even. I'm nearly done.
Yeah, mate, I'm nearly done too, so settle down. I think it might come down to presentation here, D-Mac. All right, mate. Voila. There we go.
Two different approaches, same result.
Same result.
All right, Otto, we've got Simon from Thomas Farms Kitchen here to decide what he thinks and who takes the challenge out.
Well, first thing I've got to have a look at the same sort of picture here, and if I look at this, both of these look fantastic. That one there's got a little bit more seasoning. So I don't know whose that was, boys, but I think this one here on my left will be the winner.
Yes,
who was that?
That was mine. I'll take the credit for that. Thanks very much. No, thank you.
Thanks, Simon.
Good
well done, mate.
Well done, Dave.
I taught you well.
You did. Bit of fun in the kitchen. Got the victory.
You're watching The Crow Show. Still to come, finals fitness, getting the players right for their biggest test. And it's Rory Laird's turn to give a teammate a roasting.
Daniel Talia leads his defensive troops into battle each week with steely resolve and calm efficiency. He's a young man of few words, which is why we thought we'd give fellow backman Rory Laird the job of trying to find out a little bit more about him. All thanks to Aussie Ripper Roasts.
Daniel Talia, welcome to the Aussie Ripper Roasts. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks for having me, Foot.
It's Rory, mate. It's my segment. So.
Sorry,
I'm going to ask you a couple of questions on field and then a couple off field. So we'll start with the on field. You're the most experienced in the back line at the moment. How you found the year down there? You know, how's the group gone down there? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, don't forget that, Dos. He's trying to take my mantle, but yeah, going good. You know, teaching blokes like you how to become more experienced, and obviously you guys are growing, and you, Brownie, Smithers, all getting better. And yeah, I haven't had to do too much this year. We've been a really good group, and all 7 of us have played together pretty much every game. So yeah, we're going all right, aren't we?
Who is the toughest forward you reckon you have to play in each year? Who's probably the hardest?
Oh, tough one. Probably Kennedy, I reckon. I got him this week.
Yep.
Him or Franklin, yeah, they're the two best by far, I reckon.
Yeah.
No offence to Tex or JJ, but I think they've got him covered.
Yeah, well, Tex and JJ are pretty good too, but moving away from football. Is it true that you thought you were buying a leopard, except you bought a cute kitten with spots on it?
May or may not be true. No, I thought I was getting a tiger cub. I bought this cat. It just turned out to be a normal cat. It's about that big. And I thought I was getting a tiger cub that was that big. So you know that, you've seen it, and she's beautiful. She's also better looking than you.
Can you confirm or deny that your beautiful fiance, does she make your lunch and packs you it in a lunchbox as if you're at school still and you're 24?
Yeah, I'll leave that out. No, she does. She packs my lunch. It's just because I can't be bothered going to get lunch over the road. So,
Daniel, thank you for coming on the Aussie Ripper Roast. You guys done very well, and I'll be happy to have you back on my segment anytime, mate.
My pleasure, Rory. Thanks for having me.
Managing the players' fitness will be critical over the next few weeks as the Crows contest the finals and deal with 2 6-day breaks. In Under the Coach's Roof, brought to you by Revolution Roofing, Brett Burton explains that the days are long gone when players were trained to peak specifically at finals time.
Certainly times have changed since then. You know, the amount of load on a player's body over the last 5 years with the change of direction and high-speed running has been pretty significant, and that means that you really you go into more of a maintenance and a recovery phase. Clearly, you still got to train to be able to perform, but given it's the back end of the year and the guys have been through a big season, it's really just about managing players. We have game day, and then you go into recovery mode for a couple of days, do a little of our main session during the week, which is much generally the same as in season, and then a light session before the game, day before the game, and then game day. Recovery is definitely the emphasis this time of the year. Recovery and regeneration. You know, it's a long season, as I said, and the boys are most players be managing injuries and looking after little niggles. So it's really about getting that rest and recuperation, not only physically but mentally as well. 6-day breaks certainly do change how you go about it, and definitely the load you'll train. Obviously, we have one less day for the week, so normally we'd have 2 training sessions, particular football training sessions with a development session and a main session. That development session drops out, and we just have a main session and then your light captain's run, which is the day before the game.
Not too much doubt, players are much fitter than when I pulled a Guernsey on. Still ahead on the Crows Show, we find out where Jake Lever likes to holiday and relax. And also, when the camera stops, who will be our final face in the crowd for this year.
Jake Lever has developed into one of the AFL's toughest and most reliable defenders, destined for a long career with the Crows. And after the finals, he and his teammates will enjoy a well-deserved break from the rigours of a hard season. Thanks to our friends at Flight Centre, Jake takes us north to his favourite beachside destination.
My favourite holiday destination is Palm Cove in Queensland because I love going up there, getting some sun after the footy season and just relaxing there with my partner on the beach or by the pool. The place I'd like to go next would definitely be Europe. That's already pretty much on the cards for 2017 off season, so looking forward to getting over there to France and Italy and just enjoying the sights over there.
Now, this is the time when you're never just another face in the crowd. This is when it pays to be noticed. We're looking for our Crows face in the crowd. So, let's see. What about you? If it is you, be sure to contact the club by email before 5 p.m. next Wednesday. Be ready with some photo ID and you'll receive a prize pack, courtesy of Chemist Warehouse. Well, everyone's attention is turning to finals, and the big question, of course, is tickets. Crows season ticket holders will have priority in buying finals tickets, and they'll be notified by email of how this can be done. So be patient. From now on, tickets are the sole responsibility of the AFL.
That just about wraps up our final Crows show for the year, brought to you by Chemist Warehouse.
Thanks very much for your company during this season. We hope you've enjoyed learning more not only about the players, but also what goes on behind the scenes.
We join with all Crows fans in wishing the boys every success in the finals.
That's right, and be sure to catch up with all the team news and final selections on the Crows website, afc.com.au.
We'll be back again next year, and we look forward to you joining us then. Bye for now.
Go the Crows.